I'm going to speak quietly, I don't know why. So I'm in the, let's find the right name for it, the Royal Armouries, which is in the White Tower, which is the original Tower of London, so to speak, and it's estimated that it was completed by 1022, so, or it's circa, something like that. So, it became a museum in 1916, and it now highlights things from the Royal Armouries collection in the historic setting to which they belong, although there are other branches I was hearing. It says in the late 14th century, arms, armour and military equipment began to be stored here, although it's probably a bit hush-hush at the time. And by the 16th century, stores became part of a display shown to visitors. Watcha! After his, I'm going to say historic victory, because it was ages ago, right, William the Conqueror, I wonder if he was called that before he conquered anything. Either way, 1066, you remember. He founded the tower. 10 years later began to build this, what I'm standing in, tower, White Tower. It's not racist. It wasn't white then, though. It was whitewashed afterwards. To show the might of the new Norman monarchy when they said to the Saxons, "Op it, urchins." So, that's the basics. And then there's loads of old geezers. Oh, and a bird at the end. Oh, no, 2 women. This is my fave. I haven't even looked at the others. I don't know if it's mirrored. He's Samuel Pepys. So he's interred in St Olave's over the roadage. That's not the proper name. The one that I've live streamed from before. Also, All Hallows by the Tower is where he watched the city burning in 1666, because all down to some baker. Anyhow, there's, it just says visitor. So there's Empress Eugenie, who visited in 1860. I wonder how long she had to sit there until they got that painting sorted. But she was Empress of the French about 1854, because they couldn't be sure. They didn't own calendars, all of them. Ibrahim Pasha, who visited in 1846. He died 2 years later, shame. He was the Viceroy of Egypt in 1848, after 1848 even, after the abdication of his father, who was called Muhammad Ali, no relation to Cassius. William Hutton, bookseller. I mean, yeah. Phyllis Wheatley, 1773. She's an African-American slave and poet. I mean, good on her. There you go. Duke of Lorraine. He was here in 1731. That was a long day, I reckon. Yeah, you never guess what. He was the Holy Roman Emperor even. He wasn't the Emperor. He looked fat enough. And the last one, I'm not trying. His name's Rochefort. Jouvin? Probably. 1672. He was a map maker and a traveller and a writer. And he's done a mean perm. He kept that hair lovely. Here we go. In 1689, 14 specially commissioned life-sized wooden horses and figures were delivered to the tower. I mean, they got an elephant delivered at some stage. Dressed with arms and armour from the White Tower stores, they created a famous public display called the Line of Kings. They say famous. I mean, it's 1689. 14 kings of England were included in date order, chronologically assembled. And the display aimed to underline the authority of the country's newly restored monarchy. We had about 10 minutes off. Some sort of, what do they call it, those people? Oh, shucks, I can't think of the word. It'll come back to me in a minute. The Line of Kings has changed many times. No way. Over the years, centuries. But it's always entertained and impressed visitors. Let's find out. We have an interpretation, 21st century interpretation, and it shows what they were like. So let's have a butcher's. I don't think that's it, but that's a bit nighty, as it were. Armoury. This is is this a photograph or a painting? Oh, no, that's still an early photograph. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Tower of London, the Horse Armoury. Yeah, it's a stereo photograph by John Davis Burton around 1868. Now you know. You didn't know, now you know. Oh, I've got a little treat for you people in a minute. Budginator, as it were. Right, if you like armour, hold on to your hats. You read? Hang on a minute. Norman, Plantagenet, Tudor, Stuart, Hanoverian, Windsor, obviously the line of royal families. Purpose of this chamber. Is it where I'm standing? Yes, it is. It's not recorded. Oh, great. But the fact that it has a fireplace and 2 garderobes, toilets, suggests it could have been for residential use. Yeah. Just a window cleaning bill on its own. Just heating up the room. Oh, my signal's gone rubbish. Anyway, right, you ready? I'm going to have to mirror it, but still. Right. So, it says, the man's armour is a composite armour of Maximilian type with fluted decoration. It was worn by a mannequin that stood next to the mounted figure of King Henry VII, holding the king's lance. It's visible. Sorry about that. Blah, 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 1870. Sorry, that threw me, my phone rang. The phone that I'm using. Munition armours for horses. Do excuse me. Some people don't get the message. Right. Oh, he's really thrown me now. Wow. This is, you know, Henry VIII, big geezer. Didn't stick to one woman at... Yeah, anyway. Those are Henry VIII's high-tech guns. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if there's a reflection. I mean, there is. I can see myself. But there's German wheel-lock breech loading 1540. King Henry 8's fowling piece. And there's an English matchlock breech loading 1537 gun with... See the HR? I don't know if you can see it. But that's Henry Rex, I guess. King Henry. Or Regulus. Rex. Oh, right. This isn't the real King Henry VIII, but here you go. Silver put. So that's... I mean, he was slim at one point, I guess. So it says... I don't know if you can get the whole thingamajig, but I can't read from there. It says Henry VIII's armours are a collection's first royal examples, and the early creators of the line of kings were generous with them. This armour was worn, in inverted commas, in the 18th century line by the figure of Henry VIII's father, who was Henry VII, unsurprisingly. In 1827, the complete suit of armour, finely wrought and washed with silver, formerly sported by Henry VIII, was returned to a figure of his son, Henry VIII, and displayed in the recess. When it says he was on a wooden horse, it's not the real dude, obviously, it's the... you know. Right, let's get back to the horses. Right, so you see next to each of the armoured horses, or that one's sadly unencumbered by protection. But, yeah, those are weirdly impressive. That one's got boobs. I know that's like quite a crass thing to say in all this history, but I don't know why. Oh, shoulder muscles. Yeah, something like that. Something non-gender, whatever it is. Right. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. Since 1652, visitors to the Tower of had seen armoured figures displayed on wooden horses. What they've done is they've taken off. They said, listen, have a break. The horses looked a bit tired, stunned in his case. So yeah, they just took them down and stuck them next to him. Looks like he used to work on a carousel. Right, I really need to silence whatever is going on. Same person, can you believe it? Anyway, horses. That's like traditional knight's armour, I guess, one of them. That one over there's got the cross on the side of the helmet. I don't know how well you can see in this lighting. Oh, do you know, I just made a joke about a carousel. It says the wooden carousel, but those are practice lances. Forming the back wall come from old tower stores. They're about 10 feet or 3 metres, if you're foreign, long. Have 8 flutes or hollows, often painted in a contrasting colour, and each weighs about 6.5 pounds, 3 kilograms. 3 bags of sugar. Oh, these are what they're talking about. They're all, I mean, slightly different, obviously, because they're hand pummeled. I don't know what the word is. This is the armour of Henry, Prince of Wales, not the one who lives with Meghan Markle. This one is like 1607, dude. So this is the complete field armour. Do you know, I'm not a military strategist, but the fact that it's inlaid with gold sort of marks him out as different to the other dudes. So, like, if you were trying to do a bit of regicide on the quiet, you'd go straight for him, wouldn't you? The Lost Prince, Henry Stuart. I don't know where we got lost in that get-up. Anyway, King Charles I, everybody. Was he the one who was beheaded, was he? No, I think it may have been Charles II. No, it was Charles I. How good am I at this stuff? I'm not sure now, because it was actually talking about a different head. He's a big boy, and sorry. I'm not going to mention anything. See if you can spot something about this guy. I'm going to stop the camera around about there. And then... So Henry VIII, 1540. That's a codpiece, I've got to say it. An half. Yeah. So that's... I won't labour the point now. If you know what... No wonder he was after a boy. Right. The armour was chosen for the display. Unlike now, it's shown mounted on a carved war horse. Oh, at the time it was. On that black horse over there. That one used to have your man here on top. Look at his shoes. They're probably back in fashion somewhere. In 1854, the guidebook proudly announced, "This is the first suit of the collection which is known to have belonged to the monarch whose effigy it adorns," e.g. it really belonged to him. For the more scholarly, i.e. cleverer peoples, it continued, "The armour is damascened, i.e. inlaid with gold, an art invented at Damascus," and lists the component parts. There's just the one part that's really sort of grabbing my attention for some reason. More armour. Here we go. There's another load. This is no one specific. Well, this is Henry VIII field and tournament armour, 1540. I think he was thrown from his horse in a jousting. Yeah, I think he was. Right, we've done him. That's the fireplace they were talking about earlier. I hope it's not the lavatory. But I showed you Prince Henry, King Charles I. There's a supporting cast of horses and everybody else. Oh, there's only more. Right. Which way? We start over. I shall start over here. There's a bug, obviously, because they love me. Right. Heads and Hands, this display is called. Between 1685 and 1688, Tower officials ordered wooden figures with carved heads and hands for the Line of Kings display, each with a horse statue. In 1686, Grinling Gibbons, who's famous, received £40 for carving Charles I in his horse. Thank you. That was sudden. All right, I'm just going to have to show you around because they're actually closed and chucking us out. William the Conqueror. He's the guy who built the place, or had it affected. James II. Well, not the horse, the guy on the back. No, that's just some counts. Maximilian armour. Curator. Oh, hold on. The Collar of Torment, which I'm just going to leave that to your clearly educated imaginations. I don't know who he is. Oh, sorry. There's a little midget one, the dwarf, and that's the giant. I'm guessing Henry VIII has something to do with that commission. And Knights in Combat, which is exactly what it says on the tin. And I'm going to have to come back. I'm back next week anyway. Oh, I'm loving the signal. Hang on, he's calling us that way, yeah. That's what I'm doing then. Right, sorry, I'm just having words with the staff, is it? Thanks, darling. Cheers. I will. No, I'd rather not. Right, I'm going down a stony. These stones are very old, but they're really trying to get rid of me. Politely. There's some really old graffiti. But I've got to keep going. I've taken loads of photos. I feel like I'm going into a dungeon here, but I'm not. I definitely know about it. Right, there's a little window for people who get dust free. Right, big door. Cheers. Balls, as it were. Cages. Artillery. A lot of cannons. I'm really sorry, I will come back next week and complete all this. Name, George. I'm just guessing because it's a G. Right. Excuse my not French. Oh, they're trusting. I mean, I could be having it away with some 3-ton artillery. Oh, that exercise really paid off. Right, that's the crown jewels, although that's not, that's a building that houses them. I've got a feeling we're literally on the last knockings here, son. Yeah, it seems strangely devoid of tourists. Just people. You're all right, mate. They'll never take me alive. Yeah, so that's the church I was in the other day, which I haven't uploaded yet, so that doesn't make any chronological sense. Crown jewels are in there. I fed a lovely squirrel over there. There's one of the ravens that's never allowed to fly away. He's the really aggy one. He's had his tail clipped. The fellow who let us into the armoury didn't breathe a word. Oh, I shall do that, only because you're in uniform. Just past these really aggressive looking ravens. Right. Oh, there's me squirrel. What's he eating? Bit of pineapple. He likes mackerel, that one. Just in case you ever visit. But yeah, I'll be back again here next week. So you're welcome. Why am I shouting?
We are actually the last.
Listen, shush now, darling. Look, got a place to myself. Oh, don't. No, I don't. No. What am I? Oh, I've done my target steps today, by the way. There's a bit of an old wall. This is the bloody tower. If this person don't start phoning me, I'm going to pray for them. We didn't go in the torture bit. Shizzle. Anyway, bloody tower, 1225. That's not me saying, oh, this bloody tower. That's what it's called. Bit of ceiling. Fear. Bit of a gate. That's St Thomas's Tower. Wakefield Tower. Don't worry, I'll be back. That's Traitor's Gate, by the way. Is it? No. It's exactly the same as Traitor's Gate, which is further down there. I do apologise for misnomering. Misnomer. I don't know what that is. Yeah, my name's wrong. Yeah, sorry. I started filming late because I was busy bunnying. Never mind. Yeah, if any of you are not resident in this green and fair isle, and you have a look online at anything that you want to see, other than the crown jewels, which we can't film in there, then you can let me know in the comments. And like I say, I'll be back. That's the bell tower, 1190. Quite old. All of it's quite old, really. The Briarwood Tower, Briarwood Postern. I don't know what a postern is. There's a little baby door. Look at the hinges on that. And more graffiti. Very old graffiti. When I say graffiti, sorry, there's an hand in a window. Not disturbing at all. But I've got some still photographs of nearly everything. And that's why my other battery died. Which is why someone's driving me mental, keep phoning me on this side. This is the middle tower. It's not in the middle. Maybe they mean the middle of royalty and peasants. So I'm just... That, I don't know. But there's some beautiful etchings. And I'm going to post them all in a bit. Right, I'll just show you the lions and then I'm going to cut this feed because I've got to phone back the nuisance for reasons unknown to me other than Christian charity and a vague scheme of being understanding and not irritable. Oh, hang on. It's the Royal Crest. The unicorn represents Scotland. The lion on the left is England. And I've bored you to death, everyone, with the on sign and the mine. There's some little lions. Hang on a minute, I can hear. The weird thing is, I just stuck the camera through the gate. I'm cutting out the gate now. It doesn't make sense, they say, Kate. That's for Elizabeth. They haven't changed the gates. I hope they don't. I won't say it. That's Elizabeth's dad. Is it now? George VI, yes it is. That's a really old wall with some wire wall lions, or a lion and two lionesses. He's got it made, that male lion over there. They don't do much. They just lay about and let women do everything. I know. I hear the women screaming. Anyone watching, you go, no way. Lazy man. Right, you can go away as well. Sorry. Right, I think I better get off the stream. This is a lot of tourists and an ice cream van. That's an outside shot of the entrance, well, the middle tower. And then the highest three little turrets that you can see are the original. But it's much bigger than it appears from the outside. So, I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention to the comments. I see Piggy, I see Carol, I see Armour. Like that was only two, but that's one each. Everybody else, obviously. Not obviously, but there you go. I'm just lovely like that. There's a very ancient pret-a-manger, obviously. You can buy fish and chips for extortionate prices over there, and people are buying it. It's really, yeah, I don't understand. But there you go. If you're a tourist and you feel like throwing money at someone, come over and buy some chips. Yeah, I think I've exhausted all me doings. Thank you. Who is it though who said it? Oh, I sent it's Great Commission. All right, we were in a pub over there not so long ago, darling. I don't know why I didn't fetch you over here. Strange tour guide that I am, taking people into franchise pubs. Like immediately the moment I started the live stream, and now I'll never hear from anyone again. That's All Hallows by the tower. Peeps, I think, was up in the bell tower there, watching out for his cheese that he'd buried and his wine. He weren't silly, that boy. But he worked over that way. That's all Trinity House, Trinity Square, all the naval headquarters. The tower at one point was a prison. It wasn't designed as... It was designed just as a fortress, really. Like just to impress it, like, you know, just as a bit of a phallic, I don't know, like a manly watcher, I'm here sort of thing. And then, yeah, it's been a palace, it's been a prison, it's been a torture chamber. I'll tell you a load of stories about that. Even ones that don't involve Catholics and Protestants. Just being not very pleasant to each other, darlings. Souvenirs, tower, heritage site, palace, fortress, prison. There you go, they said it better than me. I was trying to make it up as I went along. What else can I show you? Apart from a pub that may soon get my patronage. Right. There's a First World War naval. It's a lot of naval stuff around here because obviously the Thames is right there. Not obviously, the Thames is right there, people. It says, to the glory of God and the honour of the 12,000 of the Merchant Navy and fishing fleets who have no grave but the sea. I think that's great. Gives me a little lump in my throat. It's a little bit like poignant. But it's very much London again now with the traffic and the, you know, no vestiges of the English language being spoken. So, I'm going to say, obviously love you all lots. And I'll be back next week at the latest here. And I'll I will be with family on that day, but that's more than enough reason to emotionally abandon all of them and live stream, really, once they start getting irritated. So, you'll see a lot of it that day. And they're undercover, by the way. These sirens are all, for all I know, there could be some oink who's got some blue lights and a stereo system in his motor. But it is the police. Let me put that phone down. Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm getting slightly irritated and I know you can't believe it. Right, etc. Make sure you like and all the doodahs. And bye. I'll see you soon.